Hi there, this is a welcome intro to my new channel, former Volano72. Just a couple of brief announcements here. There's been a lot of changes, and good changes that I might add. On this new channel, I'm going to be focusing pretty much on a kingdom mindset with an eye on the New World Order. However, I believe that there has to be a balance between the two. You can't concentrate so much on the New World Order that you lose focus on the kingdom at hand. And the reason why I deleted my last channel was because I put myself in check on some things. And with this new channel, I hope to bring a message of hope, love, and unification, because that is what I stand for. What I don't stand for are hypocrites and Pharisees. And I believe solely that there comes a time in our life that we have to really examine ourselves. In fact, that time in our life is daily. Daily, we must be examining ourselves. And daily I try to examine myself. There are some wonderful things going on around us, amidst the chaos, amidst the darkness, amidst this whole New World Order agenda. And I think that once we lose focus on the good news, then we've lost. I stand for integrity, and integrity is a dying breed these days. It is a dying generation. What is integrity? Integrity means that you stand up for something, you stand up for what you believe in, and you don't move aside for others. And no matter what happens, you make yourself accountable. That doesn't mean that having integrity means that you lack the subjection of error, because everybody is human here. However, integrity means that you don't point your finger at somebody and lack the ability to see your own error. And gossip and things of that nature is all part of the great apostasy that we are going to see in these end times. Standing up for truth, even if it hurts. Telling a brother or sister truth, even if it hurts. Being true to who you are. Owning who you are. Without falter. Everybody knows that something big is coming. Everybody has that innate feeling of it. It's genetically programmed in us. We have this deep feeling that something big is going to happen. And most of us are scared. That's why we scurry along trying to figure out what's going on in the dark realms around us. But in truth, everything was already laid out before us 2,000 years ago. In truth, we know what's going to happen. Yet we lack the ability to hear Yeshua's very words with, "Do not fear these things. I have told you beforehand." So why do we have this innate carnal need to fear? The dark realm operates on fear. The only healthy fear that should be in anybody's life is the fear of the Lord. Because there's going to come a day when you're standing at the throne of God, and nobody is going to be able to stand with you. You will not be able to call witnesses to testify on your behalf. You are going to make yourself accountable before the Lord by yourself, 100%, independently. And we are going to have to account for our actions and our lack of action. Well, friends, we know what's going on, but I ask you, what are you going to do about it? Are we so blinded by American patriotism that we forget the patriotism and our alliance with the kingdom of God at hand? Does it not say that a friend of this world is an enemy to God? So why are we holding on? We are not of this world. And why do we continue to act like it? The only things that we should be caring about are other people's salvation. If you're going to care about anything, care about yourself and your salvation, and also care about others. There's 2 great commandments and all the laws fulfilled within them. Love your Lord, your God, with everything that you have in you. Everything you're made of, love Him with that. And the second commandment is love thy neighbor as thyself. Well, most people forget to realize that in order to love your neighbor, you have to love yourself first. We need to tune into discovering and rediscovering who we are as a people and finding the goodness in us. You need to find the goodness in yourself and bring that to the forum and embrace it and love it. God says to love yourself. See, people get confused about, well, if I love myself, then I'm going to be right, self-righteous and full of pride, and I don't want any part of that. Well, guess what? That's not the message. To genuinely love yourself means to be true to yourself, means to know the goodness in yourself, and to love your Lord and love your neighbor. But most importantly, allow the Lord to work in you to perfect you every day, which means that you have to understand that you are prone to error. This is not about a grace party. Some people think that they're so full of grace that the laws don't apply to them. Well, I'm going to tell you what my take is on that, and that is this. You can't pick and choose what laws you want to abide by. If you love your Lord with everything that you have in your existence, that also means that you don't want to be disobedient to Him. That also means that you don't want to offend Him. And how do you offend Him? Look in the Bible. Because it goes over from front to back the things that have offended the Lord in past time. And we need to not replicate those things. Pride is when you're so full of yourself that you can't see your own error, and you're so right about things that everybody else's opinions and judgments on you are wrong. What's judgment? There's a good judgment and there's a bad judgment. And the Lord talks about both. He wants us to have the ability to judge from what is right and wrong, yet not judge our neighbors in hypocrisy. Judging what's right from wrong is not the same as judging somebody. What happened to standing up for truth? What happened to standing up for who you are and believing in yourself? Believing in the message of hope and the things that the Lord has put in you to make use of it, to do something. What happened to that? Where did that generation go? So I hope that, with this new channel, you're going to see a lot of different changes. Yes, I'm going to be talking about different things of the New World Order, but, mostly it's going to be about hope, love, and unification, because that is where the bulk of the message comes from. That is where we need to be going and focusing on. We need to not focus on the things of this world. We need to focus on the kingdom at hand and tap into that kingdom, because it is available to us 24 hours a day. The kingdom of God has an open door. We need to take the hinges off ours.